This will probably be the quickest Shopify tutorial for beginners you ever watched. My name is Daniel. I've been building Shopify stores for my businesses and for our clients' businesses for over 6 years now. And I've built hundreds of stores. And now I will show you the process from the acquisition of the domain to opening up the store, creating the products, creating the categories, setting up shipping, setting up payments, and setting up legal pages and everything else you need to do. So if I go a little bit too fast sometimes, please go back and watch it. Or if you have any questions or if I missed something, please leave a comment down below and I'll get back to you. First thing we need to do is open a Shopify account. And as you can see here, you can open a Shopify account now. I don't know how long this offer will gonna last, but if you use the link below, you can open your store for $1 a month for the first 3 months. So we're gonna go ahead and open that. All you need to do is enter your email. I'm just getting started, online store, and the store name, which is optional. We're going to use the country I'm in right now, and then we're going to set up a password. Now we are in our dashboard. Normally, first thing I do is add the products to the website or ask the client to add the product. If you're going to add a product, this is very straightforward. Name, description of the product, media where we add a picture, the price, and the compared price. If you use both prices, you will have the full price that will be cut at the bottom price, and the compared price will be the final price that the client will pay. Then we have the cost per item. If you know your cost per item, I will advise you put it in because it will help you further down the line to calculate your profit. SKU, which is the stock keeping unit, this is an internal code that you will probably need to identify the products in your warehouse. Then we have the barcode. If you have one, put it in. If don't, you don't have to. Now, track quantity. If you keep your products in stock, then I would advise you put this in. So we're just gonna add 5 for now. And this is a physical product. You add the weight here, and basically this is all you need to do. Now, if your product has variants, different sizes, different colors, this is where you add them at option. You just select this one, will be color, or you can put anything you want. So it doesn't have to be in English. You can use your own language. You can also have multiple options. But if you're just starting out, and you don't have a lot of products, then I would advise you keep all the variants separate because it gives the impression that you have a larger store. That if you're not using the one product store concept. Now we go down to variants, and then as you can see, they will appear here. And here you can set the quantity for each one. If we go to the right, we have the SKU and the barcode. Don't worry, if you mess anything up, you can always go back and redo it. We added a product. We didn't use any collections for now because we're going to go into the categories. Here you also have an import feature, but this is something more advanced. Let's pretend you're just starting out and you have 10-20 products that you can add manually. Now we're going to go to the collections or categories. What do we do here is create the collections. So let's say, for example, you have a fashion store. So you have jeans, collection description if you want to, and then collection type. We have 2 options here. If you set manual, then you will have to choose the products manually that will appear in this collection. But normally I will go for automated because I can set some conditions by product tag, by product title, and so on. I use product tag most of the times. So here we will use product tag is equal to jeans. That means that every product that will have this tag will automatically appear in this collection. Here on the right, you can add a collection image if you want to. You can always do this later. Also, what you need to know here is that after you click saved, this line will appear and you can sort the products in the collection based on these factors here. Once you've done that, your collection will appear here and the number of products that you have in that collection. Again, you can always go back and change it, and you can create as many collections as you want. Just for a quick simulation, we're going back to products and go into the product that we just uploaded. And here you have this option, tags, on the right hand side. Here we will write the tag jeans. If you have multiple brands in your store, here is where you input the brand. If you have just one brand, which is your store, or no brand at all, just leave your store name and it's fine. Going back to collections, now you can see that in the jeans collection we have one product, which is the one we just added. If you have multiple products and you want to add the tags later, what you have to do is filter the products by name and then you select all the products. And here, as you can see, you have a few options. You have the option to add tags. You can add this tag and click save, and the tag will be added to all the products. So far so good. Now, how do we create the menu? To create the menu, you have to go to online store and navigation. You have 2 menus here, the main menu and the footer menu. And you can also create a new menu if you want to. We will select the main menu and we have the home and catalog. Now, if you want to use the catalog, we will add the collection jeans that we just created. The quickest way to do this is add the menu item, then here on the link, we will select collections and the jeans collection. Now we want to create a multi-layer menu. Drag this and put it inwards underneath the catalog. Now we will have the catalog and jeans. You can do this in 3 steps if you want to. So you have the catalog, then you have bottoms, and then you have jeans. We will save the menu for now, and then you can go to the pages and create your pages. Here you can create all your legal pages, terms and conditions, payment, returns, contact, everything else. As you can see, by default the contact is already there. To create new pages, just go to add a page, put the name, put the content, and then you save it. And after that, if you want to add these pages to the menu, you have the footer menu here. Back to navigation, footer menu, and add a menu item. Go to the link first, don't go to the name, and I will tell you why in a second. Select pages and select contact. We added it here, and you can do the same for all the other pages. Now quickly go to online store preferences, homepage title, meta description. You have 320 characters where you can describe your business. Make sure you do some keyword research and put some keywords for your business here. So we created the products, we created the collections, we created the pages. Now what we need to do is go to settings and set up shipping and delivery. First thing we need to do in settings is go to markets. This is a new feature and it needs to be set up correctly. So primary market, make sure you choose your primary market before going to shipping and delivery. If you pick the country when you created the account, the market will appear here. Now going to shipping and delivery, general shipping rates, we click manage, and then we have domestic shipping and rest of the world. We're gonna go to the 3 dots here, edit rate, put a standard rate, put a price in. Now you can add some conditions here. Conditions could be on the item weight or on the item price. So let's say that 0 to 200 lei, for example, the customer has to pay 20 lei. If you want the orders above 200 to have free shipping, then we just have to go to add a rate. We add the conditions based on order price again, from 200 to maximum. That means 200 and above, the shipping will be free. Now, if you have different shipping rates for different countries, you can go here and click create shipping zone. You choose the country and you do the same. Or if you have a flat rate for multiple countries or one continent, you have here rest of the world, or you can pick and choose the countries that have that rate. Normally you want to wait for the prices that the courier gives you before putting them in. That's so you don't lose money. We click on save, and now we have to go to payments. In countries where Shopify payments is not available, you can choose the provider and you have Stripe, which I recommend, especially in Europe. The other payment method you can set up is PayPal. You can add it from here, or you have different providers, a lot of them. Now, if you're in a country where you use COD or cash on delivery, you can go to manual payment methods and add cash on delivery, COD. Additional details and payment instruction. As you can see, displays to customers when they're choosing a payment method. So this is before and this is after. And then, very important, if you need to change the language, you just go to settings, languages, change default language, and then you choose your language from here. Now that we've done most of the internal work, we have to go to the storefront. So what the customer sees. As you can see here, the Dawn theme, which is a free theme, is the first available. Then you have a few other free themes. We're not gonna go through all of them today, but we will take a look at Dawn. Now, if you want a more complex theme, I would recommend you buy a theme from the link down below. In comparison to what you see on the Shopify store, which is $200 to $400, the theme links below have a lot more options and you can buy them for about $80. $80 to $100 you can buy a very, very good theme. If you decide to use a free theme, you have them here. If you decide to use a theme from the Shopify store, you just visit the theme store, you choose a theme, and then it will automatically install to the store. But if you buy a theme outside of the Shopify store, then you can go here to theme library, add a theme, and upload zip file. The theme will be delivered to you in a zip file. You add it here. You will have it here somewhere, and you can click customize. Normally I start with the shopfront. Now here, in order to make sure everything is customized, you have to go first to the home page, then collection page, then product page, collection list, cart, and then checkout. As you can see, every element or every line is customizable. The first we have the announcement bar, which is the one on top. Then we have the header. Here you can find your logo where you can change it. You can choose the logo position and then the menu. As you can see, the menu we created, we have jeans and contact. So everything you change in the online store navigation, it will automatically appear here. And then all the other options that you have. Keep in mind, you have some theme settings down below where you have extra options. Moving down, here you can see all the elements on your page. As you can see, the order from the elements on the left-hand column, you will find on your main page. If you want to change it or if you want to hide it, you have these two options. First, you have this eye here that you can select to hide it, and you have these dots where you click and hold and just move it anywhere you want on the page. When you see this add a block option, you know you can add extra elements to that section, and at the bottom you have an add section. If you click on add section, depending on the theme you use, you will have here some elements: multi-column, page, slideshow, video, and so on. You can add this and it will be added below at the bottom, but you can always change the position by clicking the dots and then moving it to your desired position. Now these are all the elements on the page. As you can see, they are broken down like this: the top page, which is the header, the middle of the page, which is everything we talked about, and then the footer. Here it works exactly the same. You click on the footer, you have the options on the right. You click on the quick links, for example, you have the footer menu. You can change and you can create another menu. For info, you can create a different menu and you just link it here. Then you have our missions, and you can also add a block. Before we go to the collection page, on the left hand side you have this brush, which is theme settings. Here you find the rest of the options for your website: colors, fonts, and everything else you need. Now, in order to customize the other pages, we just click on this drop down here and choose collection, and then we have the default collection. Here on the left hand side again, you have the main banner and the options. You have the product grid and option, where you can change the way your products appear, either in portrait mode or adapt to image. Normally, if you have a fashion store, I would use portrait because there's a lot more to show. But if you have physical products like this one, for example, you don't need a portrait photo. You just need a square one, so you can choose square from here. This is very important, especially when you have multiple pictures from multiple vendors or you don't have them sized correctly. So if you want to show all your pictures at the same size, then this is where you do it: in the collection, product grid, and image ratio. Now you have some other options here: show second image on hover, show vendor, show product rating, enable quick add button, which is this one, and then columns on mobile if you want to use single or multiple column, and so on. And below, make sure you check out the theme settings tab as well, because there might be some other options you need. Here again, you can add a section. Let's say you need to add an email sign up. You just add this one to the collection page and you're done. The next step is the product page. You can choose the product page by clicking on the product or by selecting here products and then default product. Here you have all the details: the name of your product, the price, the sizes, and everything else. Again, if you want to change anything, we go to the left hand side, product information, and for each tab we have options. And as you can see, this selector, if it's selected from here, it will tell you exactly where that line is or where that element is. Then you have all the tabs: the materials, shipping and returns, dimensions, care instructions, and share. Here you have an image with text, and what you need to know about this one is that if you select one here, it will appear automatically to all the products. If you want different images from different products, then you have to use meta fields. And you have here the button that says connect dynamic source. If you want to learn how to do that, there's another video on my channel called meta fields, and I'll go in depth about how to connect it and how to show it for each and every product. If there's anything else you want to customize, again, go here, and again you have the elements on the left. As I said before, this being a free theme from Shopify is pretty limited, but if you're just starting out, you can customize this theme to make it work for your store. It's very important that your store is clear, you have the products, pictures and details there, the price, and for the customer to be able to order the product and have it delivered to his house. But if you want your store to look more professional, then check the links down below and see if there's a theme there that you might like. The next step is always testing. So you want to go through your store to every page, click on every product, click on the elements, and see if there's anything missing or anything not translated or anything that doesn't have to be there. The next step is to add the product to cart and do a checkout. What I recommend here is testing out the entire checkout process. Now, there's a few other things we did not talk about. We have the discounts, and I will go in depth and I'll do a full tutorial on discounts because there are many types of discounts. Then you have the marketing, where you have your email marketing, you have your analytics and reports, where you can see everything about your customers and your orders, and then you have the customer database. Also, you have here apps. Normally, I will not advise you to install any apps that you don't need because it can lower the speed of your store. So if you can do something without an app, then try to do it that way. If you don't, then install an app, but never install an app that has multiple apps in it. One more thing we need to do before we connect the domain is go to settings and then go to checkout. Here you have some options. Customer accounts. if are optional or required, customer contact method, phone number or email, and then here customer information, make sure you require the shipping address phone number. This is not included by default in Shopify, and you may have some orders where you don't have a phone number for. And if the email address is wrong, then you have no way to contact the customer. Below you have some marketing options, and then you have the checkout language, which right now is set to English, but you can change it from here. And now, after you tested everything and after you're ready, you can connect your domain. You go to settings and then you go to domains. And here you can buy a domain if you don't have one, or connect existing domain. If you bought it from GoDaddy or some other website like that, you can just enter it here and it will connect automatically. If you don't, then you need to connect it manually. So if you're in a country where you need hosting or you need DNS hosting to connect your store, what I do is go to cloudflare.com, open an account, and then click on add a site. You scroll down below to free, you select it, and then at the DNS settings, there are two things you need to do. And the steps will be found in helpshopify.com, or if you search on Google, connect Shopify domain manually. You have an A record which points to this IP address, and in Cloudflare you just need to add a record, select A record, add, and then paste this IP address and save it. And then again you can do the same for the CNAME. You have this CNAME which points to shops.myshopify.com, and then you add a record, you select CNAME here, www this time, and then paste it. After you've done that, Cloudflare will give you two name servers which you have to take and then go to the website you purchased the domain from and then put it in. Once you've done that, here in settings domains, you will have a button where it says verify. Once you've clicked verified, then everything is ready to go. Again, after you've tested everything, make sure you go and pick a plan. If you use the offer I gave you, you can see here that you have $1 per month for the first 3 months. You can start your store and you just pay $3 for 3 months. Next thing is go to online store, go to preferences, scroll down below, and then uncheck this box, save it, and your store is live. Thanks for watching. I put the links for everything I mentioned down below. If you have any questions, please leave a comment and subscribe for more Shopify tutorials.